Hello, YouTube fans and friends, and welcome back to another look with me at the esoteric and fictional Rockwood on fire. Hopefully they're taking care of that here in West Rockwood as we follow our scooter friend making his way into town. I've gone ahead and played a little bit more and grown the city just a little bit more. And today's video is a big focus on growth through taxation and policy and ninja growth, as I like to call it. First, if you like my City Skylines content and you're a subscriber, you do me a huge favor if you click that thumbs up button here on the video. That helps the video, it helps the channel, of course it helps this great game too. You can subscribe to my channel, Alternate History Gaming, that helps too. And of course hit that notification bell to find out when I drop the next vid for you. For now, I am going to go ahead and get off of this, dude. Alright, so there's so much that I want to show here that has changed, that is new, that is different, that is, I think, interesting. So, one of the things I wanted to start with was to say I'm happy and proud of the growth I've achieved. We're up over 51,000 now. So we've grown roughly 2,800 or so population in the span that I've been playing, say another hour or so, just tinkering with this and that around the city. Now, one thing that remains a bit of a concern, and this is where ninja growth is made, and that is with a significant bleed off in bank balance and money. You might remember in our last episode, I had roughly 1 million or so simoleons in the bank to work with. So for roughly the last hour and a half or more in this effort, this policy-focused growth mode, I've been underway. This has been underway for some time, and it's kind of reached a bit of a peak. I have been bleeding money the whole time, basically, and I've been trying to manage the bleed. But what I've been focused on the entire time has been policy changes with taxation in a few different areas, specifically tax relief for a number of different classes, and that includes low density, high density, and then also for offices in some parts of the city. That includes Rockwood proper, Waterfront Village, also Fort Rockwood, the Old Quarter, some of Maple Brine Works, I think Richland Woods as well. Much of the city I have these incentives in place for. As a matter of fact, I don't believe I have tax relief for high density residential there. I think Orchard Park we could go and get rid of tax relief for low density, because they don't have a whole lot of low density there. But one of the biggest additions, a couple that are the most important for this population growth that we hope to continue to see, were a couple of major upgrades for both sewer water, waste disposal, and waste management. With this complex here, the addition of this complex and also this eco-advanced inland water treatment plant, which we will call Rockland Water Advanced Co. This will be West Rockwood Waste Donk. This will be West Rock Landfill Donk. The next thing over here would be to do some fencing. They've got most of it taken care of, I would say. So what I would add is Oh, kind of maybe like that. For starters, anyway. Also, I think it would just be fun, interesting anyway, to just zone a little bit of industrial around here. All right, so we added that. So that's going to be key to increasing our capacity for garbage, waste, water. We also added another water pump right over here. This one. We just try to do the best. I mean, the game makes it a little difficult with the snap tools and things. And I know that there are mods out there that help in this area. I like vanilla gaming, and I have a passion about respecting the developers of the boxed product. I snap the best I can, and hopefully they come out okay. And I do come back around and try to level out and beautify as best I can. One example of that, by the way, something I did in the break, it was to add this. It's like a massive Central Park kind of area over here in the border area between Richland Woods and Ranch Beaumont. Then also this little food court that is just thrown together. Whatever. Get my creativity juices flowing there. I did also end up adding another dumpy water dump into the river there. It's cheap. Whoa! Hope that didn't hurt anything too bad. Anyway, that's cheap. It was available. When you added this, it just kind of sent everything over the top in terms of sewer treatment capacity. Made a few changes to this area. I moved a parking lot here. I wanted to open this all up. Now, one thing I want to do is make this look a little more sensible with some fencing. Like that. And like this. Fine. Right, we could probably dink like that. Clean it up a little bit. That looks a little better. So what I did was just kind of eliminate an extra crossing road that was going this way here, and then kind of clean up another area where there was an unnecessary road. Although, I think I'm going to put it back. I do like that 3-lane slip lane thing. Let's do this. Let's connect there. That's fine. That way we reconnect there, because we're not really using the space yet. I wanted to put another cargo train terminal in here. It wasn't going to work, though. You might remember, and the reason why, by the way, is because you might remember out here I was having a whole lot of trouble with the businesses out here actually having buyers for their products. Okay, well, buyers are outside the map to a large enough degree. My industries in agriculture, this Heather Estates, Delegard Dairy, Sanders Earthland devs out here, right? Okay, all these guys, the timber over here on this side of town, these should be able to use the generic cargo terminals by rail over here. Now, that means they're going to have to transport all their stuff across the river. for those that are, you know, over on that side of town. But what I did was ninja growth, baby, and just ninja infrastructure was to change this, which was an animal products, receiving all of those, you know, industrial area Heather Estates, Delegard Dairy animal products, and shipping them off through this warehouse. Instead, all I did was just switch from that to this zone industry farming products. And now all of those businesses that were suffering alarms about not having buyers for their products were beginning to send their stuff to here and then training it out to buyers from here. And then all the alerts went away. It was pretty amazing how that happened, I will say. So you had that. Another thing was I added just a little area here called More Hills. Planning for it to be kind of an upscale here. To just grow this out just a bit. We'll end up fencing and doing some other things around there. Deal with it. So up here on Powers Hill, I did a fun thing and just built some rickety, weird-looking fencing up here just to make it more like a castle, if you will, to match the je ne sais quoi of the rest over here in this area, with the cemetery here and the wall extending near the parking lots and the big rock at Powers Hill with the lightning crashing down. Rockwood lives on. The growth towards 70,000 begins accelerating just a bit. Here we go, 63, 73, people still coming in town. Now what that is, for those lesser experienced players, is really what you're doing, again, through policy, is incentivizing folks to grow in and like upgrade all of the residents. You can see some of these are upgraded to the max around here. And they'll turn them into these, you know, nice little fully upgraded homes everywhere. The property value goes up. Everybody's paying more in tax. So then you prime the rest of the way for growth. And then, okay, this is beautiful. Look at how this... I love the results so far. As we go along, as these get leveled up from 4 to 5, all these big buildings down here and here and here, and they grow even bigger and taller and more impressive, this will be the central part of our city going forward. This is where we'll start to... Ooh, oh no! An elementary school on fire! Can we get there in time? Were the kids evacuated? Oh, nice job, gents. I think we're going to get it right on time. Saved it. School back in session in no time. Nice job, gents. But as these get to be... So this is cool looking here. See, some of these high-density residentials get to level 5. And you'll really start to see the downtown really pop with some cool skyline look to it, with big tall buildings and spots. And then I think what I'll start to do, if and or when we can get the money quite, you know, right, is start to add some of the unique buildings that you can to just start to fill out a cool looking downtown cityscape. Another change that we made in policy, Ninja Growth, was, along with the tax policies, there was a city planning policy high-rise ban and heavy traffic ban, specifically in Beaumont, that I had in place ever since the beginning of its development. I took that away. So now Beaumont can upgrade all of its low density to whatever. They can create higher rise complexes if they want all throughout Beaumont, no problem. And that'll be kind of like a near in-city urban area for the rest of our development of Rock. We see Bayou Terra continues its growth. Nice and green, pleasant out here. Business is certainly booming over here at Maple Rock Timber Co. And they've added some of these neat kind of high-tech forestry buildings that we've seen in other places in our city that are pretty darn cool. I'm going to put historical building status on that puppy. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere anytime soon anyway. And so again, we're just kind of, we're priming the city, we're priming it. We're pumping people in through tax incentives. We're continuing that. Let's look at property values, okay? So as we start to see these blue areas turn green in more places, okay, we got white in a lot of spots still, but white to blue, blue to green, especially out this way. Then I'll start loving the idea of growing out more. And really thinking hard about kind of which grids we're going to pick next. But until then, I mean, we're going to really just have, I think, like, and what you're doing is you're taking the space you've got, the infrastructure and everything you have, and you're squeezing as much of everything out as you can get. You're trying to get tax income. You're trying to get people to move in, to add to the tax base. You're trying to get businesses. You're trying to squeeze the area and use every bit of resource that it has to continue the growth. Really looking, I love the way that this looks out here in this ranch, northern Rockwood rural community, tucked away behind the woods, which are all going to be more suburban for the most part around this area here, like we planned, but we'll be getting to that. And I will probably, throughout this entire area, I will hope anyway that throughout the whole development, as I continue to grow out, I'm going to try to go for that low, you know, suburban look for literally all of it. And I'm probably going to lean on a couple of different styles for districts to hopefully lend that look and you know, help give it that look, especially for the suburbs that pop out this way. I'm really thinking seriously about buying this tile to pop more suburbs out this way, and then make this the last tile purchase because infrastructure, duh, and just grow the city down this way and like let that be that. That's the idea anyway at present. But we continue to see population going up, shaving money. A couple other things I'm proud of that I'll show before we jump out of the game. I just wanted a quick show and tell here. So we've developed this. This has really turned out the way that I wanted it to, down here along the waterfront village, right? I believe that's what this is. Let me make sure. Oh, what? Okay. No, we need to do this. Okay, we need to do this. We're going to make this all part of Rockwood proper is what we're going to do. Like this. Like this. Please. Okay. And that'll be kind of a asshole move by the Central City Authority to take some pretty prime taxpayer dime here on the waterfront, commercial districts there, and I think a poppin' area right near the waterfront. You can see here, I like this. The look of this right here is just fun. And I'm pretty proud of this little, with the little tree, little palm trees. This is real messy looking in here before, and by the way, I think I'm going to add some more hedgerows. Matter of fact, where were we? Here we were. It does that thing where it disappears on you. We'll let that be that. Right? You got yourself, so it was all messy, kind of looking like this right here. And you can pretty it up pretty well in the vanilla city skylines, man. Oh, there's a screeny Benini. Another thing worth mentioning is, by the way, I did take out a loan. I've got $176,000 left to pay. I'll tell you what. I think it is going to be time for us to start easing off this tax incentive. Big bank. We'll start down here. Those two alone might make the difference. Yeah, look at that. Turning around nicely. Okay. Also worth adding that we had brought a couple of new crematoriums in as well. One here on this side of the river. Another, I believe, here. Or was it elsewhere? I can't remember precisely. Oh! No. Yeah. At any rate, our crematorium availability is monstrous right now, which is good. Prime for growth. Healthcare. We could probably, at the very least, now that we're on the positive side of the money, bring the healthcare spending back up. Doink. It's probably a good move. Right? Ninja growth. So there you have it, folks. I wanted to go ahead and just share a little bit of insight as it relates to some mid-game growth tips and how you can get the most out of what you've already built. That's not even all of it, by the way. I'm no particular expert. This is just what I've learned in my playing of the game thus far, and I thought, I was excited to share it with you. I want to say thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video. If you enjoy the content, click that thumbs up button. It helps the video, helps the channel, helps the game. Also, subscribe to my channel, Alternate History Gaming, and hit that notification bell to find out the next time I drop a video for you. Until then, I'm BankSixdeis. Later.